Welcome, iPix viewers. You're in the right place for smarter cloud security. In today's hyper-connected world, your organization's data is its lifeblood, but it's also a prime target. Securing it feels like an impossible task, with threats lurking in every shadow of your digital estate. This is why you need a single, smarter guard for your cloud. If you're in a security operations center, or SOC, you know the feeling all too well. Alerts everywhere, answers nowhere. It's a constant battle. Today's core problem is fragmentation. Your security data is scattered across a vast, complex landscape. You have fragmented logs coming from dozens of different systems, each with its own format and its own silo. This creates blind spots, making it impossible to get a single, unified view of your security posture. On top of that, you're drowning in a sea of noisy alerts. Every system is crying wolf, generating thousands of low-fidelity warnings that are mostly false positives. Your team spends countless hours sifting through this noise, trying to find the one signal that indicates a real active threat. This alert fatigue is a serious problem. It dulls the senses and leads to critical events being missed. The result? Slow, manual hunts. When a potential incident is identified, the race against time begins. Analysts have to manually pivot between different tools, trying to piece together the story of an attack. They're correlating IP addresses from firewall logs with user activity from identity providers and cross-referencing that with endpoint detection data. Each step is a manual query, a new screen, a different context. This process is incredibly time-consuming and prone to human error, and the complexity is only growing. Your critical data lives everywhere. It's in your cloud apps like Microsoft 365 and Salesforce. It's on your legacy on-prem servers that still run business-critical functions. And it's on all your endpoints, the laptops, phones, and tablets your employees use every day, from anywhere in the world. With this hybrid, multi-cloud reality, nobody can stitch it all together fast enough. By the time you've manually correlated the data and understood the scope of an attack, the adversary has already achieved their objective. The damage is done. You're always one step behind. Enter Microsoft Sentinel. It's a single solution designed to solve this exact problem. Sentinel is a cloud-native security information and event management, or SIEM, and security orchestration, automation, and response, or SOAR platform. Let's break that down. Cloud-native means it was born in the cloud, for the cloud. It's built on the massive scale and intelligence of Microsoft Azure, allowing it to handle data volumes that would crush traditional on-premises solutions. It's not just a tool, it's a comprehensive security operations platform that centralizes the hunt and finishes the job. First, Sentinel collects everything at cloud scale. Using hundreds of built-in data connectors, it seamlessly ingests security data from virtually any source: Microsoft services, other cloud providers like AWS and Google Cloud, network devices, applications, and servers. All this data flows into a unified data lake, breaking down the silos that once held you back. But more data can mean more noise. That's where the intelligence comes in. Sentinel uses powerful built-in AI to cut through the noise. It analyzes billions of low-fidelity signals across your entire environment and correlates them, looking for patterns that indicate a coordinated attack. It turns these mountains of raw events into a short, manageable list of high-fidelity, prioritized incidents. This means your analysts can stop chasing ghosts and focus only on the threats that truly matter. Sentinel also excels at finding the unknown. While many security tools rely on known signatures of past attacks, Sentinel spots unknown threats with sophisticated machine learning. Its User and Entity Behavior Analytics, or UEBA, builds a baseline of normal activity for every user and device in your organization. When it detects a deviation, like a user logging in from an unusual location at an odd hour and accessing sensitive files for the first time, it flags it as a potential threat, even if it's a novel attack technique never seen before. For proactive threat hunting, it lets your analysts hunt with the powerful Custo Query Language, or KQL. KQL is an intuitive yet incredibly potent language for querying vast datasets in seconds. An analyst can write a query like, "Show me all failed login attempts from outside the country for administrative accounts in the last 24 hours," and get an answer instantly. This empowers your team to proactively search for hidden adversaries in your environment, turning the tables on attackers. But the big win, the true game changer, is automation. This is the SOAR capability of Sentinel. Through automated playbooks, you can define a set of actions to run automatically the moment an incident is created. These aren't just simple alerts. For example, when a specific type of incident is detected, automated playbooks can immediately bookmark the incident for triage, ensuring it gets the right attention. But it goes further. Automated playbooks enrich incidents with crucial context. A playbook can automatically query external threat intelligence feeds for a suspicious IP address, check a user's risk score in Azure AD identity protection, and pull device information from Microsoft Defender for endpoint. All this data is attached directly to the incident, giving the analyst a complete picture in seconds, without them having to lift a finger. Finally, automated playbooks can contain incidents at machine speed. A playbook can be configured to automatically block a malicious IP address at the firewall, disable a compromised user account, or isolate an infected machine from the network. These actions happen in seconds, stopping an attack in its tracks before it can spread. When you combine this intelligent automation with a unified data platform, the results are transformative. Your mean time to respond, or MTTR, drops dramatically, from hours or even days down to minutes. And because the tedious, repetitive tasks are automated, human fatigue goes down. Your highly skilled security analysts are freed from mundane work and can focus on what they do best: high-value investigation, strategic threat hunting, and fortifying your defenses. They become more effective, more engaged, and less likely to burn out. Let's take a closer look at how this works in practice. It all starts with that unified data lake. All your logs are normalized and stored in a single location, ready for analysis. From there, Sentinel provides graph-powered insights. When you open an incident, you don't just see a list of alerts. You see a visual graph that maps out the entire attack chain. It shows the relationships between entities, the user, their device, the IP address they connected from, and the data they accessed. You can click on any entity to pivot and see its detailed timeline, exploring every action it took. This provides instant context across your entire hybrid and multi-cloud environment. Whether the activity started on an AWS server, moved to an on-prem device, and ended in a Microsoft 365 application. Imagine this scenario. Sentinel's machine learning flags a new, high-priority incident. An analyst opens it. On the incident page, they immediately see all the correlated alerts, the affected assets like users and devices, and the evidence collected by automated playbooks. The investigation graph visually shows that a user account logged in from a suspicious country, accessed a SharePoint site they've never touched before, and began downloading an unusual number of files. The analyst doesn't need to write a single query. The story is laid out for them. They can then trigger a playbook with a single click, or have it run automatically, to confirm the user's identity via multi-factor authentication and temporarily suspend their access. The entire lifecycle is managed in one place. Bottom line, Sentinel fills the gaps across the full security operations lifecycle: detection, investigation, and response. Getting started is more straightforward than you might think. The first step is connecting your data sources. Sentinel offers out-of-the-box connectors for the entire Microsoft security stack, as well as for other clouds, network devices, and applications. Once connected, you can begin tuning your alert rules. You can customize the built-in analytics rules, suppress alerts for known benign activities, and create your own rules based on your organization's specific needs. This ensures the incidents you see are always relevant. You can also organize your environment with workspaces, manage access with granular roles, and keep an eye on costs with clear, predictable pricing. The goal is to create a security nervous system that is perfectly tailored to your environment. The outcome is a security posture that is faster, smarter, and produces far fewer false alarms. Your team is more efficient, your response times are measured in minutes, and your entire organization is safer. Want to stop reacting and start anticipating? It's time to move from a state of constant firefighting to one of proactive defense and strategic control. You can empower your team with the tools they need to see everything, stop threats faster, and stay ahead of the curve. That's what Sentinel does. It gives you the clarity and confidence to protect your digital estate today and tomorrow.